part of the reason we're here is because we believe that you can have responsibility and innovation. That they're not mutually exclusive, it's not a trade-off. That how a company operates can help make it both innovative and responsible.
And it's about conversation. We need to get our act together about purpose, why we're doing stuff, about ethics and values, about what stakeholders we're trying to serve, and about how we treat our people. For us, there's no place more interesting to think about those things than the Bay Area, because you got people thinking outrageously audacious thoughts, about what technology can do. So to me, that's very exciting.
Now you know the old story. The old story goes like this. Business, only thing that matters is money. Purpose of business is profits. Line number one. Line number two, business ethics is an oxymoron. Line number three, it's only shareholders that count. And line number four, people are really self-interested, one-dimensional economic maximizers. The purpose of business is something else. It's about how you're trying to make a difference in the world. It's why anybody should care whether you make a difference. And it's central to the new story. Think about it this way. It's at least as important as profits.
Businesses are successful because, somebody's created something that makes lives better for its customers. They engage the support of their suppliers. They have employees who believe in the purpose of what they're trying to do. And it's recognizing that. That's always been the key to success, but we haven't always been conscious of that. We've often thought about it's just the money or it's just the technology. And that's what the new story is. It's how you put these things together.
Many entrepreneurs think that to be successful, you have to break the rules. And I think there's a grain of truth to that. We want to think creatively about new products and services, and we want to be careful about the rules that we do break. We want to break rules with a scalpel and not with a hammer. First and foremost is realizing that ethical failures are not just failures of individual bad apples or bad actors. They are in part also systematic failures. And so the responsibility of a leader is to help design and maintain a system that is resilient to those kinds of ethical failures. One thing that leaders can do a much better job of is anticipating the kinds of moral risks that their people will face. If we're developing new software, how could the software be used? So responsible companies do a good job of enumerating those issues, having clear plans about how they'll avoid them, and then if they are faced with those issues, what will they do? Contingency plans, strategies for mitigation. People are now questioning the role of technology in society in a way that they haven't been before. I think developers are saying, look, the products and services that we're developing have effects that we had not anticipated. So in order to prevent that, we need to think more carefully about how it is that we develop, what it is that we develop, and bake ethics into those processes so that there aren't these unforeseen consequences that nobody likes.
There's nowhere to hide so that the effects of your action aren't going to be known, amplified by social media, critiqued, and you're going to have what a colleague of mine calls roving gangs of stakeholders out after you the very next day.
Great companies create value for their stakeholders. They understand that customers, suppliers, employees, communities, and the people with the money have got to get going in the same direction. In the businesses that you are building, you can be the generation that makes business better. You can be the generation that builds a capitalism that's worthy of our children.
I'm incredibly optimistic if we can come to see business as this, system where we cooperate together to figure out ways to solve our problem. We think about it like that, rather than a problem of scarcity and what we really are is a bunch of greedy little bastards out trying to do each other in. I'm optimistic.